Okay, today I'm going to be talking about three things. The brain, what is wrong with my brain in particular, and what is right with my brain that some people, well, a lot of people don't have. Then I'm going to talk about the solutions, which are psychoanalysis, medication, and meditation. And then I'm going to talk about my unique theory, which our professor says there was none. So I'm going to have to prove that to him. Get a better grade. And how the elephant always has control. We have no control whatsoever. And the only control I've ever gotten is to admit that I have none. So I am a determinist. I do not believe in free will. I think everything happens for a reason. But first, let me start with the brain. I'm a savant. If some people don't know what that is, that's a higher level intelligence in one specific area. I'll be demonstrating that to you. But I have 9 disorders with my brain. And so parts of my brain are overdeveloped and parts of my brain are underdeveloped. I'm bipolar, I'm an epileptic, I have obsessive compulsive personality disorder, PTSD, general anxiety, ADD, dyslexia, and I'm an alcoholic. And I have been through a lot, and one thing that the writer is wrong about is every mental illness, and even cancers, are the product of 2 things: your genetics and your circumstances. They know this from studying identical twins. Identical twins will have the same genetics, but one can develop schizophrenia and the other might not. And the only way they differ is in their circumstances. So I've been through a lot myself. I was troubled youth, quite fairly abused, got shipped away to a boarding school after I spent 1 month in a psych ward. And I've been in every psych ward in San Francisco. I've been to them all. I've been to jail cells too. But today I'm a very happy person. And it's because of these solutions, those 3 solutions that I told you about, that I am that way. First, allow me to demonstrate my savant abilities. I am someone with an extremely good memory, for certain things anyways. It's called a rote memory. It's based on repetition. It's part of my autism. And first of all, the first 39 digits of pi: 3.141, 5926, 535, 8979, 3238466, 433832790. And then the square root of 2: 1.414, 2135627. The square root of 3: 1.732050807757. The square root of 5: 2.23606797775. The square root of 6: 2.4494897427. The square root of 7: 2.645751311106. Sorry. Square root of 8: 2.828 42712475. And then the square root of 10: 3.162277666017. And I ran out of room for Euler's number, but 2.7182818284590045 235360287471357. Sorry, I ran out of room.
Are these calculations?
No, that's just my memory. I counted 216 phone numbers in my head one day. I have pages of books, I have people's social security numbers, I have bank account numbers, and I'm the most honest asshole in the world, and that's because I tell everyone what I think, so I would never use that in any way. My doctor one time was calling in a prescription to the pharmacy, and he had to give his tax ID, and he said, "Wait, Justin, don't listen." And it was too late. I said, "Sorry, I already got it." I won't tell it to you, but I use it as a baseline for all my generic passwords online. But what's wrong with my brain is I've had a very, very hard time in school. I'm someone who learned how to read a couple years ago, and I'm still working on my reading. That's part of autism, is that you have parts of the brain that are overdeveloped and parts of the brain that are underdeveloped. And one of the problems is that, for one, I don't interpret symbols perfectly. I think in words. Most people think in pictures. And I don't visualize things. And a lot of people, when they read, they have to visualize the picture in order to absorb it. I went to a place called Lindamood Bell, which was people for learning disabilities. Some of them are gifted because with people with autism and dyslexia, you have parts of the brain that are overdeveloped and parts of the brain that are underdeveloped, and they have a hard time communicating. And that's one of the difficulties with reading. So I had a very hard time learning how to read, and I'm still working on it. It's much easier for you to memorize things. If you notice, I'm always giving quotes. I see things that I like and I commit them to memory. And this gave me a lot of problems growing up. My dad had a PhD in organic chemistry. I was not the student he wanted. He was both physically, verbally, and abused us with food, and I could not live up to him, so I had that nervous breakdown. And that started a life of being locked up in detentionary boarding schools. I spent more time in detention than any other kid that was there. There was demerits. They'd say, Justin, that's a demerit, which was 25 minutes standing up against the wall. I'd say, fuck you, give me another. I spent more time in detention than any of them. I was there for 3 years. It was a 1-year program. And I had the head of the female counselors in tears screaming in the front office, I'm not fat. I had male counselors get angry with me and violent. I had the guy who owned the place who had a PhD screaming, tell me where to go and how to get there. I also have an amazing ability to see what's wrong with people and let them know in a way they've never heard before. I've had doctors and psychiatrists ask me how I think of the insults that I think of. I wrote a book and a lot of those insults are in there. Not all of them, because I used to be that way with people constantly everywhere I went. I was one of the angriest people that anyone ever met, and that was something that I heard from other people. And we were talking about emotions. Emotions were something I was completely blind to my whole life. I asked 2 people once if they thought I was an angry person, and they both busted up into laughter. One said, I don't know, are you? And the other one said, I don't think you're angry, I think you're scared. And fear is anger. And this is why I have to disagree with Aristotle. Anger has never served me once in my life. What I wanted is what I think we all want. I wanted love and acceptance. And I did not get that from my father, so I took that out on everyone around me, to a point of people beating me up on a nightly basis, to the point of I got false charges from police officers for just what I said to them. And I could not back down. They were talking problems with the frontal cortex. I am very impetuous. If you've noticed, I fire back very quickly. And whenever I thought something, I had to say it. I had no ability to think something and not say it. It caused so many problems in my life. Like I said, those 3 solutions. Psychoanalysis, I've seen doctors and psychologists. The only doctor I've had that's never cussed me out is my current psychiatrist. He takes everything I say as entertaining. He just laughs. He's been helpful, but mostly with medication. I have an organic disorder, which means I have congenital defects in my brain. They're much harder to treat than chemical disorders. I have tried every medication there ever is, and 99.99% of them have not worked for me. I'm on 3 right now that seem to work, and I'm grateful for that. One of the problems with my brain is that it's like speed if I don't take my medications. I stay up for hours, I do not sleep, and I go marching all over town. But today I'm a very happy person, and it's because of things like meditation. And one of the main reasons I don't believe in free will is meditation. You guys all closed your eyes and were trying to control your minds in that moment, weren't you? How many of you were able to control your mind? Thoughts rise and fall all the time that we have no control over. They hit us from the empirical world, they rise in our minds, and we fire back. I have noticed I meditate for 45 minutes for several years now, and I still have no control over my mind. And once I get control, the only thing that brought about that control was the fact that someone gave me that suggestion and I took it. If you have a reason for what you do, it is not a choice. That is cause and effect. If there is no reason, then it's random. And those are the 2 options, in my opinion. I have yet to meet anyone I couldn't make angry. I have yet to meet someone that from what I said to them, I could not hurt them. Except for my doctor, like I told you, he just laughs. But, and I was very difficult for a long time, and today I'm extremely happy. And the best psychoanalysis I ever got was from watching my thoughts. I saw what Emerson said, the most basic human desires in need of importance. And that's what I lacked. Every time I sat in silence, my mind went to three places: validation, gratification, and justification. And it was all based on what other people thought about me. I identified myself and what I thought you were thinking of me, which is nothing but insanity, because I can't even prove other people have minds, let alone what they're thinking. And whenever I try and read someone's mind, something bad always happens. And that was my existence. I had to be terrible, because I knew that's what everyone was thinking. That made me angry, and I took that anger out on other people. Today, I find that love is the best answer. I don't always practice it too well, but it has gotten me happy. And if you want acceptance, which I think everyone does, the best way to do that is by accepting everyone else. If you can do that, and it's based on your experience, you will go a long way. I find that you will be happy no matter what. I've been having migraines recently because I found out I need glasses, and my anxiety popped back up. And you know what? I took those two things as a very good lesson. I can be grateful for anything today because I learned from it, and I no longer need to suffer to the extent that I learned. I had these headaches, and I said, okay, what do I not want to have my headaches and anxiety come back? I didn't want conflict with other people, so I was grateful for that anxiety and those headaches. You can always be happy if you can always be grateful, and that's something that each one of us are able to do. So thank you.